Chris, what kind of progress have you seen from TJ with his three-point shot? I mean, and do you see it as a repeatable thing that he's built?
Yeah, so far it's been repeatable, and we trust it. I thought he shot the ball well down the end of last season. I think he's doing a really good job of knowing when to take it, not just relying on it. I thought summer league, of course, was a point of emphasis. We want him to feel really comfortable taking it, but I thought he just went to it too early in summer league and kind of at the expense of other parts of his game. But now he has it really in a good place when he mixed up his drive, his shooting, his multiple. He might drive one time, get it back, shoot it the next. So seems to me really comfortable, and they look like they're all going in.
You had really nice things to say about TJ last night too.
Yeah.
Is his solidification of that 8 slot, does that affect the people immediately below?
I'm sure it does in some way, right? That's by default. But I think he solidified that 8th spot last year in the playoffs. So.
But I mean, it does seem like everything you were kind of counting on, seeing the defense and the playmaking and everything.
Oh yeah,
he's kind of stepped up in that way. So maybe less room for others to barge.
I mean, maybe. I think those last spots are always going to be situational. I think, we've seen what Jalen can do on a nightly basis too. So yeah, but between those guys, Johan and Rob, and it'll all be situational, and of course, injuries are going to help determine some of that.
The way last year into the end of the regular season, Rudy was playing upper 30s in minutes, dominating a lot of games for you guys, and then in the playoffs, things did shift where he was playing about the 24 to 28 range. If you anticipated going that way with matchups, do you want to make your regular season rotations mimic more closely what you probably have to go to in the playoffs?
I think you probably get to enough different things in the regular season. I don't think you have to make a seismic shift through the regular season just to prepare yourself. I mean, right now, winning every game is so important. Finishing between 6th and 3rd could be a 2-game spread. So, and I don't know. I don't think so. I think right now we're comfortable enough to go whatever direction we need to.
So you comfortable if maybe the regular season identity just doesn't match the playoff identity if it comes to that again?
I mean, if Rudy is your sole identity, that's what you're saying?
I think in the end of the regular season last year, the last 15, 20 games, he was the identity of the team. And then it was obviously not in the playoffs. If you're comfortable with that being kind of pretty different.
I don't see it that way, really. I just don't. I mean, I think the identity of the team is a little more multifaceted than that. I mean, certainly Rudy's a big part of what we do, and when he's playing at a high level like he did the last 20, 30 games, it makes all the difference. We need him to do that for the whole 82, irrespective of what happens in the playoffs. I think, you see it last year. Oklahoma City's a great example. There were games where Holmgren doesn't play all that much. There are games where Hartenstein doesn't play all that much. They're extremely flexible in their approach on what the series is dictating from them. So.
When it comes to kind of playing, I guess, more like TJ is a second-year guy, but he's 25 years old. You have Rob, who's 20. When it comes to kind of playing guys who are at the older age curve, even though they may be the same in experience, what does maybe efficiency and things like that say as to what you can expect out of them in year 2 when they're 23, 24 as opposed to maybe 20? Do they have more, can you bake on them a little more?
Yeah, I would think so. I think, well, physically they're just going to be more ready, no doubt about it. I think also they're just, and we talk about it all the time, they have a better idea who they are, who they need to be, and they're probably a little bit more of a finished product in their own game at that point in time than trying to figure it out.
It's obviously going to come down to what he does in the regular season and what he does in January and February and all those nights, but does it feel like Ant's really buying into the defensive thing right now? Especially about
it does. He's guarding.
He has.
Yeah, for sure he's guarding. Yeah, no doubt. Yeah.
When it comes to, we saw Mike, you guys were careful with his minutes, and we saw him take some back-to-backs off last year. Do you guys have a plan going into the season, or is it kind of a game-by-game, week-by-week thing as to how you're going to manage his?
We have a plan. We're certainly going to manage it, but not to the extent where we have every game mapped out. Hey, let's hit this one, not that one. We probably look at it more in chunks as we go through the season. Yeah.
Rocco had a pretty good offensive game last night. I mean, but what have you seen from him from summer league to now, just as his growth? Because I would assume he's going to be in Iowa probably most of the season. But what have you kind of liked about him so far?
Well, I think from Iowa, I mean, from summer league to now, first of all, his his shape and his overall kind of conditioning has gotten way better, which has allowed him to stay in the play, make more multiple efforts, things like this. I think just he grasps concepts pretty easily, pretty quick. Like he's got a good feel for that. I think defensively, he's good at using his size, but I think he can add more activity to that. Like rebounding has got to be better. He'll rebound in his area. I think he's got the ability to kind of get a little bit outside of that and pursue a bit more on the glass. It's all kind of a learning curve for him right now.
You talked in the past about preseason games. There's going to be more passing, cutting, things like that. The motivations and stats are different. So how do you know? How do you know then, like, the barometer of where your team is actually at heading into the regular season, or is there just a little bit of a sense of the great unknown until it actually gets out there, especially offensively?
Well, I think you know where you're headed. It's just, is there going to be a regression? I think our last 2 opening nights have not been good performances. So that's one of the messages that we're going to start picking up on as we get closer to opening night.
What are your thoughts as those are playing out? Like those 2 games?
Those games?
Yeah, specifically when it's so different than what you just watched like the last 3 weeks.
I mean, last year was kind of weird. It felt like, we were in bit in slow motion. Lakers were playing full throttle, and it was less of an execution thing.
Sure.
More just, I don't know, like we didn't bring a regular season intensity or even beyond that for opening night, which was an odd one. But the year before was really kind of an outlier because, all preseason I thought we would really move the ball well, and then
the basketball was good all year.
Yeah.
The first night was terrible.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it was good all year, but that first night was really hard to watch, So.
Chris, you got Tibbs in here, just like,
Yeah.
is he a kind of a voice that you like to
Yeah, I mean,
connect with over
we've
the
become
years?
really good friends. It started when I first came to the league, just because of a lot of mutual associates and friends that through Houston, really where he was right before I got there, and we talked quite a bit during the season, and he loves basketball, so he's on his little circuit going around the country, and had him in our meeting today, picking his brain about a bunch of stuff. So really enjoy his company.
There's been extenuating circumstances like the trade last year and dinged up this year, but Jaden has been in, all summer long, working really hard and everything, and seems to get off to slow starts, whether it's now or like beginning of the season. Why do you think that is?
Might be related to the fact that maybe the ball doesn't move early in the season as well as it should. I mean, to Jace's earlier question, we lose a little bit of the rhythm and flow of the offense as the season starts, and we got to find it again. I don't know. Maybe he's just a traditional slow starter, so it could be a variety of reasons, but.